All right, welcome to Kitchen Counseling. I want to give you a little bit of input on what this channel is all about. My thought behind this was that a lot of folks are afraid to do just some basic cooking in the kitchen because they're not a chef, or they're not doing it perfect, or there's too many ingredients, or it just gets confusing. Well, my goal with this channel is to show you some very simple recipes that you can do at home, and they're ones that can help you manage your, what am I trying to say? Your meal planning for the week. So what we're going to start off with today, this is one of my favorite recipes. It's super duper simple. Anybody can do it. And I have my good friend Sheldon's going to come and join me today. The kitchen counseling idea was to have some friends over. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make a little simple recipe. We're going to try it out and everything. If there's something on our mind that's bugging us that day and we want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it as we're doing this. So it's just kind of a fun, light event. So say hi to the folks. Hey!
How's it going?
And I'm going to give you a real quick update of what we have here. This is all you're going to need for this recipe. We're going to use about a pound of ground turkey. We're going to use 16 ounces of paste picante sauce. It's 4 ounces of mild diced green chilies, 1 bunch of green onions. We got a little bit of oil for the tortillas, and we're going to fry some tortillas, and we're going to make some turkey tacos today. So thank you very much. We'll be back with you shortly as we get this stuff prepped for you. We're back. Get our meat. What we've done is we just kind of laid everything out, and I'm going to show you the real simple steps here. I mean, I showed you what we need to buy at the store. So what we've done is we got a pound of ground turkey, and I browned it real quick. I've just drained off the little bit of excess fat that's on it. And we're just gonna add everything into it now, and then we're gonna throw it back on the stove, and we're gonna let it cook down. About 20 minutes or so, 20, 30 minutes, until all of the liquid is pretty much out of it and all the flavors have melted together. So we're gonna add in our green chilies, we're gonna add in our green onions, and we're gonna add in our 16 ounces of paste picante sauce. And then I'm going to add in 16 ounces of water. So whatever size of sauce you're using, you're basically adding the same amount of water.
And then why do you add the water?
What the water is going to do, and I'm going to show you this here, is it makes it very soupy right now. And what it's going to do is it's going to extend the cooking time as all these flavors start to melt together. So if you didn't add water, you just had these ingredients in here, it wouldn't take very long before it would start to burn, and you wouldn't have enough time for the onions to kind of get soft and for the chilies to start working in, and for the actual paste picante sauce, the flavors in that are what's going to infuse in the meat, and the meat is going to become your go-to thing. You can actually have a taco without anything else, just this meat.
Mm-hmm.
So the water gives it enough time to allow everything to meld together. Once this all cooks off and boils off and there's no more water in here, the meat's going to be ready. So we're going to throw that on the stove right now. We're going to let it cook down, and when it's about ready, then we're going to do the final steps. We're going to make a couple of corn tortillas. We're going to try it out. We're going to see how it comes out.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right, see you in a little bit. So this is our initial stage. We're going to put it onto the stovetop. We're going to turn the stovetop on high, and this is now just starting to heat up. What's going to happen is we're going to take it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to keep the heat up. I might turn it down just a little bit so it's not on high, but I'm going to keep it. I want it boiling. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to boil it until all that water is boiled off and evaporated, and it allows now all that salsa to get ingrained into the meat. So that's where we're starting. You can just start seeing it boiling right now. We'll do another little clip of it when it's toward the end. Okay, thank you. All right, while the meat is cooking, like I said, it takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to kind of boil down. I will then cook the taco shells. Now, I do them individually, one by one, because I'm usually just doing for a small group. You can change that up if you're doing for a lot. However, I have done this method for parties of 50, and it just takes a little while cooking them all up. But the idea is you just put in the oil, you're going to do one at a time, and you're just going to start getting it slightly brown. And this one cut on me. Look at that. It broke right open. Well, we'll have to do another one. But the idea here is just to get a little bit of brown, so it has a little bit of crispiness to it, but still soft. So still pliable. You can put all kinds of good stuff in that taco. And that is all there is to it. Okay, we're gonna have Sheldon do one. So we'll show you how easy it is. You can do this.
Should I practice off camera first?
No, just let's see what happens. I use the fork mostly to do most of the knife is just to kind of keep it up a little bit. So this just works for me.
Okay.
Some people will use tongs or different things or whatever. I found that a fork and knife, when you're just doing one at a time, you can manipulate a little bit better, and you can just fold it the way you want to, make it the way you want.
Okay. I'll give this a shot.
Flip it all the way over and get the other side so it gets a little pliable that way. Once the oil gets into the corn tortilla, it makes it not so stiff and it won't tear as easily. It's a little trick I do when I do enchiladas or different things. I will fry them really quickly in oil just to soften them. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're softening them so we can bend it, and then we're going to let it crisp up in that bending posture. There you go.
We're good.
Finishing up here, on my last one of the corn tortillas. If you could see over into the pot here of the meat, all the water has evaporated and all of the salsa and the goodies have all melded into the meat. The nice thing about these tacos is once you've made them, you really don't need to add anything else to your tacos. The meat has all the flavor in it and has everything that you need. Now you can add what you want. Sheldon's putting some things together for us right now, a little bit of avocado, some cheese. You like taco sauce, you like tomatoes or cilantro, whatever you want to put on, you can put on it. But these are good just as is. And that's what I like about this recipe. It can be used for tacos, you can use it for burritos, you can use it for taco salads, you can use it for lots of different just flavorings. Make nachos and put some of the meat on it. It has so much flavor. So we are going to finish up here. We're going to come back and we'll do a little taste test for you, and then we're going to send you on your way. If you have any questions about this particular recipe or anything else that comes up on the channel, please send us an email at kitchencounseling@gmail.com. Oh, thank you. We made it. We're at the final stages. We've got the meat all done. We got our taco shells all done. Now we're just gonna go ahead and make one and try it out. So you go ahead and start fixing yours up. Right. We just got a little bit of cheese and a little bit of avocado today. You can put, like I said, anything you want to on this. The nice thing about this meat, because it is so flavorful, after the initial day when I make it for people, for the leftovers, I will eat it just by itself. The meat, a little bit of beans maybe, or meat with just a taco shell, or meat on some nachos or whatever. I eat it pretty plain after the fact. So that's what I love about this recipe. So I'm gonna make one up here too while we're talking. And let me know what you think. All right. So the taco shells, because they're crispy shells, but they're also soft, and not cooking them too much to where they're too crispy, you can pile in lots of good meat here and fold it around. It's awesome. It's my favorite thing about this technique with the taco shells. Put a little cheese on there. I'm gonna do a little bit of this too. I like the avocado. I always forget to get avocado.
It's always a great addition.
There it is. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's give it a shot.
All right. It's good. What I like about this too is, since I don't have a lot of time during the week, it's something I can just make real fast and put it in the fridge and have it throughout the week.
Right. The prep time on this is something like 5 minutes, because you're only cutting up the green onions. Everything else is already in the packages. You're throwing it onto the stove. The stovetop, it does take about 20 minutes or so to evaporate down and get to this consistency, but you can make your shells at the same time, and then you're done. So within 30 minutes, you got yourself a meal, not only that day, but enough leftovers for the rest of the week if you want.
Yeah, no, this is a perfect recipe for me to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. It's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Thank you
That
for
was
helping
good.
me out
Yeah,
tonight.
of course.
We're getting this off and running. We'll see what other recipes we come up with. If you have other simple recipes you want to throw my way, just send them to me, and we will see if we can get them on the camera. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.